Welcome to Table Flippers Podcast. Table Flippers is an outreach of Greater Works Christian Church here in Lancaster, California. I am your host, Robert Enos, along with Chippy the Chipmunk.
If it wasn't for me, no one would listen to this show. It's all about Chippy.
Get ready to be challenged, to be confronted with truth and reality, and get ready for a revolution. It's found at Table Flippers.
Oh boy. Here we go again.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be with you 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. Hey, I'm on a roll. Let's see if we can keep this going. At least 3 a week. Maybe we can do that. Maybe 4 a week. Hey, maybe 5 a week. But anyways, we're going to get back on track. My life and my schedule is getting a little bit more normal. So I should be able to be here more often. You know, I want to read some articles to you. I have 2 articles. I don't believe any of them were too long, but it's a little follow-up from yesterday's, my last podcast, where I talked about what's going on these college campuses and such. So I just want to do a little follow-up because I did a little bit of reading. I am not in any way an expert. Do I know everything about what's going on? But the little bit I do know, I'm actually absolutely disgusted with what is going on in our country in this level. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of great things going on in our country. There's a lot of great things for you believers in Jesus Christ, a lot of great things happening in the church, and a lot of great things happening in our culture and society through the church and what God is doing. However, this is one of those things that we still have to pray and act upon to bring about better results, because this is embarrassing. And this is what's happening on our college campuses with all the anti-Semitism, the anti-Israel protests. And a lot say, no, it's a pro-Palestinian. It's not so much about anti-Israel. No, it's anti-Israel because many of these groups are not just saying we support Palestine, we support Gaza, we support these people over there. They're now beginning to chant death to Israel. And in some places, ladies and gentlemen, with heavy Muslim populations, they're saying death to Israel and death to America while they're here living in America. Isn't it strange how a lot, and I'm not saying all Muslims, ladies and gentlemen, please don't misunderstand. I'm just pointing out the fact that many of the people that are saying death to Israel, death to America, especially those two, death to America, are Muslim. They're here. They're enjoying our freedoms. They're enjoying what America is while saying they want to destroy what America is. Well, I mean, come on. I mean, if you don't like it here, go somewhere else. I mean, it's just as simple as that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I am a proud American, but if for some reason I lost my love for America, and I lost my love for freedom, I would move. I would go to another country. I would go somewhere else where they didn't have all the benefits that I enjoy here, if those benefits just suddenly started bothering me. So it really is mind-boggling to me how people here in America can say death to America. And even here in America can say death to Israel. It's really mind-boggling. And the reason why that really puts me over the top is for a lot of reasons. On a religious end, a biblical end, and my relationship with God type of thing. You know, Jerusalem and Israel is still the land that God himself chose. And the Word of God, the Bible says that we are to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. We are to pray for Israel, and that God would even bless those who love Israel. So yes, I support. I don't blindly support. It doesn't mean I agree with absolutely everything that the Israeli government or Israelis do. It means that I support them the same way I support America. I don't agree with everything that goes on here on our home soil, our own homeland. There's a lot of things that I would like to change. You know, I saw a bumper sticker. No, was it a T-shirt or a bumper sticker? It doesn't matter. I think they're on both. But I hate the government, but I love my country. And you don't have to love the government to love your country, ladies and gentlemen. So my point being, when you start saying death to Israel, death to America, you've crossed some major lines. And our young people have crossed major lines. And where is this happening? Our college campuses and our universities. What are they being taught there by these dim-witted liberal professors? They're being taught to hate. These young people are being taught by these professors to hate the country they live in, and most of them were born in. Does that even make sense? Let's burn America down. Well, you're in it. Hello. You're in it. Why don't you make a real statement, young people, a real statement of your hatred for America and leave? I'd be fine with that. And I know we say this kind of somewhat clicheically and jokingly, I'll help you pack. But truly, I will help you pack. I will load up that U-Haul. Well, I guess you can't really float a U-Haul. That packing container, your suitcases, whatever, help you throw it on that Boeing 747, and you can fly anywhere in the world one way and never come back, and I wouldn't bat an eyelash. Because this type of hatred for your own country is ridiculous. And it's flat wicked, ladies and gentlemen. It's just evil and wicked. Well, they're just dumb kids. They'll grow out of it. They should never have grown into it. Hello? Anyways, this first article, again, this is from Daily Wire. Let me put on my glasses so I can read it. And this was published today, May 2nd. May 2nd, 2024. On the Daily Wire. And it says, John Rich is a country singer, by the way. John Rich offers free concert for college students who shielded American flag from anti-Israel protesters. And this was by Amanda Harding. And this is Daily Wire today. They got a picture of John Rich on one side playing a guitar and singing on stage. And on the other side, a bunch of young people around an American flag, a large American flag. And it says, oh, by the way, just to catch up a little bit, a few days ago, and I think it's in here, but a few days ago, when there was this anti-Israel protest, these protesters raised a Palestinian flag, took down our flag and raised the Palestinian flags. The police came in to take that flag down and put our American flag back up where it belongs. And the mob was getting testy with them. So a group of young people on the college campus, from the campus, ran over and began to help and shield the flag. Not only hold it up so it wouldn't touch the ground, but shield the flag from these protesters who were throwing bottles at them and rocks and sticks and cursing at them and everything like that. On a college campus here in the United States of America, they're cursing young people, other young people, their peers, who are protecting the American flag on an American college on American soil. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you see that we have a problem here in America? And we need to fix it. Anyways, it says, country star John Rich offered to put on a free concert for the University of North Carolina students who went viral early this week as they defended the American flag from anti-Israel protesters. The images of the young men who were members of the UNC Chapel Hill chapter of Pi Kappa Phi, I think that's how you say that, drew support after making rounds on the internet. The college students can be seen holding up the flag to keep it from touching the ground and not backing down despite being screamed at and pelted with water bottles and other items. Their actions also drew the attention of Rich. He made his offer on X, writing, for the boys who protected the American flag at UNC, I'd like to offer a free concert for their celebration of Freedom Party. Anybody know how to find these young men? Maybe we could talk. So he writes that on X. This is Rich, John Rich. The Save a Horse singer followed up several hours later saying he had been in contact with and was setting up the show. I've made contact with the Patriots at UNC, he shared on Wednesday night, working on a date to have a massive event to celebrate our flag and those who love her. I love this, ladies and gentlemen. I'll keep you all posted. Let's call it Flagstock. Can you make Flagstock trend? Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, I just love this. So we have still, this is the bright spot, not only in this story, but in that campus, on that campus, and in our nation. A group of young people on a college campus, extremely liberal, you could tell by the nonsense that they've allowed there, protecting the American flag, even to their own harm. And it grabbed the attention of John Rich. Thank you, Jesus. John Rich being not only a great country singer, but also a great patriot. And now he wants to reward their bravery, these young men's bravery, and their patriotism by giving them a free concert. And I think it's going to go far beyond just a free concert. So listen to this. It says, a GoFundMe page raising money to throw the fraternity members a rager has raised more than $400,000 as of Thursday morning. So I guess that would have been a week ago. So as of Thursday morning, $400,000 have been raised so these guys could have a party, just celebrating what they did. This article goes on to say, I love this. This is funny. Commie losers across the country have invaded college campuses to make dumb demands of weak university administrators. The GoFundMe page says, in part, but amidst the chaos, the screaming, the anti-Semitism, the hatred of faith and flag, stood a platoon of American heroes, armored in vineyard vines and Patagonia, fueled by Zin and White Claws. These triumphant Bohemians protected Old Glory from the unwashed Marxist horde, laughing at their shrieks and wails, shielding the Stars and Stripes from Soviet missiles. These Bohemians protected our flag, ladies and gentlemen, from the unwashed, that means stinky, go take a shower, you dirty hippie, Marxist horde. All the while, they were just laughing at their shrieks and wails and shielding the Stars and Stripes from Soviet missiles. This is so awesome. Whoever wrote that is awesome. Commie losers across the country. This is awesome. But to the young men, I don't know if you'll ever hear this, and I hope you do, but to you young men that were on that campus and you did truly shield Old Glory and you held up and defended our flag, I want to say a huge thank you. I want to say I am so absolutely proud of you, and I'm proud that there's still young people in America that will stand up against that kind of tyranny and that kind of wickedness. Commie losers. You stand up against the commie losers that have infiltrated our college campuses. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate you more than you know. And I know your parents, your grandparents, your aunts and uncles are very, very proud of you. You did a great service to this country. And as this article calls you, you are truly heroes in my book. And I appreciate you. Let me finish this article. It's not very long. It says, student Guillermo Estrada wrote about what happened on X, saying he was headed to class when he saw a Palestinian flag had been raised on the flagpole, which made him immediately upset. He said that he and his fraternity brothers went to assist the police officers who were replacing the American flag. My fraternity brother and others ran over to hold the flag up in order for it not to touch the ground. People began throwing water bottles at us, rocks, sticks, calling us profane names. We stood for an hour defending the flag so many fight to protect, he wrote at the time. So again, thank you. I'm proud of you. I know your moms and dads are proud of you. I know the people around you are proud of you. You stood strong. You stood against the wave of wickedness that's coming up on America, but in our college campuses. And thank you. I appreciate you. You did what most would not do. And you truly are heroes. And thank you, John Rich, for putting this concert, which I know is going to be much more than a mere concert, but putting on this loving our flag concert for these young men and the people who love the flag, and all of you who gave for their rager. I don't know what I feel about that. On one hand, I'm very happy because they deserve something for what they did, and just out of people's hearts. It's not like, go give me a check, like that. They didn't do it for that. But the American people should say thank you by doing something. I don't know about a rager because, ladies and gentlemen, I do not touch the alcoholic beverages and adult beverages. That's just not me. I don't do it. And I don't like to give in to that at all. And I don't think any of us should. However, I am all for giving and showing our appreciation to these young men who stood against this wicked horde of evil on that college campus and defended our flag and what it represents. So thank you. The other article I want to read, this is funny. I'm going to try to get through this without laughing too hard. So if I sound a little stoic, it's only because I'm doing my best to force the tears of laughter from my eyes and the laughter from my lips, because this is serious business, ladies and gentlemen. This is serious, and we must take this all very seriously. And to laugh at these people, well, that would just be rude, and they might have to go find some safe space in a corner somewhere, curl up in a fetal position and suck their thumbs or something weird like that. The title of this next I'm sorry, I can't even start, but the title of this next article, again, this is from Daily Wire, but the title is Pro-Hamas Protesters at UCLA Demand Inhalers, Vegan Food, Gluten-Free Food. And this article is written by Ryan Saavedra, and this was actually from yesterday, May 1st, 2024. It shows a picture of like, I don't know, it looks like a wooden fort that a bunch of 4 or 5 year olds would build in their backyard out of old scrap wood and such. And some young people with masks on, like the breathing masks that we were all forced to wear during COVID nonsense. Oh, there's a whiteboard that says Free Palestine. Actually, it really says Free Tyne. I'm sure it says Palestine under it because somebody put a piece of wood up over the part that says Palestine. So it says Free Tyne. And they got sticks in their hand and they're like waving them outside of this little window of their 4-year-old fort that they made on the college campus. So it says, it's just a funny picture, ladies and gentlemen. This is what our young people have become. Anyways, parents, if your young people are there doing this or partaking of this in any level, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself. It shouldn't be your young people curled up in the corner in a fetal position sucking their thumb. It should be you, out of absolute embarrassment and humility, or humiliation, not humility, humiliation. You should be absolutely humiliated. This is so funny to me, I can't even talk straight. But the article says, pro-Hamas protesters at UCLA released they released a list of needs this week as they isolate themselves while living in an encampment that authorities have deemed to be unlawful. The needs were written in a Google document posted online by the local chapter of Students for Justice in Palestine. Well, hey, Students for Justice in Palestine, let me explain something to you, Lucy's. Justice is being wrought and worked out there in Palestine. Yeah. See, what happened was, in case you forgot, Palestinians from Gaza came over the border illegally into Israel and started murdering and raping people. Yeah. That really happened. And then since then, the Israeli army, has been over there bringing all of these people to justice. As a matter of fact, these same Gazans, these same Palestinians, these wicked, evil people, took a whole bunch of people hostage, murdered people, raped women, and tortured some of them. And now they're over there the Israelis are working out justice on the Palestinians that did this. So, I don't know, Students for Justice in Palestine, I agree with that statement. I don't agree with what you guys believe in, but I agree with that statement. Yeah, justice. Let's get some justice for Israel against Palestine. So, there you go. Anyways, it says, "We will not leave," said the protesters in the so-called UCLA Palestinian Solidarity Encampment. Boy, that's a mouthful. "We will remain here until our demands are met." Fox News correspondent Bill Melugin obtained the online document on Wednesday and posted it on X. Included in the list of urgent needs were items that are often used by rioters like Antifa, including, now get this, these are the urgent needs that this group of people protesting in their little 5-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old fort they built in their backyard. They need they're demanding airsoft goggles, gas masks and respirators, skater helmets, shields, wood for barriers, knee and elbow pads, rain ponchos, canopies, utility gloves of various sizes, especially for small hands, it says. Well, of course, 5-year-olds don't have that big of hands. 4-year-olds don't have big hands. So they need these tiny little gloves. These tiny little gloves so they don't get a splinter building their backyard fort out of scrap wood that they're demanding other people bring to them. Oh, this is... anyways, they also want super bright flashlights with strobe. Can you imagine the party they're going to have in their fort that they made out of scrap wood? I mean, the lights go down, they all turn on their strobe light flashlights, and they. Anyways, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is just too funny. Oh, and they want umbrellas too. They want umbrellas. I don't know. Maybe they looked on the Weather Channel and they saw rain is coming. Anyways, it says the protesters also demanded medical supplies, including EpiPens, non-steroid inhalers, headlamps, and organizational bins. So they've made their demands, ladies and gentlemen, their demands. They're not coming out of their little backyard fort that they made like when they were 4 until they get their demands, by golly. And for food, it says the protesters demanded hot food for lunch, and all in caps, important, with double exclamation points. Vegan food, gluten-free food, ice, no packaged food, no coffee, no bagels, no bananas, and no nuts. No nuts. I wonder why they don't want any nuts. Maybe because they have plenty of them running the show there in their little backyard fort. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing, ladies and gentlemen. And all of you parents of these kids, I don't know. Are you hiding in shame yet? I mean, honestly, are you hiding in shame? I bet your employer is ready to fire you, because I know you didn't go to work. If you went to work and showed your face around your friends and your family on the job and in the supermarket and such, you're as big as idiot as your kids. Oh my gosh. No nuts and no banana. One of them must have a banana allergy. Anyways, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be normal here. Okay, back to being serious. I'm stoic again, ladies and gentlemen. Under logistics needs, the agitators, I like that. This guy is brilliant. The agitators said they need sleeping pads, AA, AAA, C, and D batteries, rope, zip ties, electric, solar-powered generators, lotion. I mean, you can't have your chafing elbows in all of this, you know what I mean? They need an aquifer and no sunscreen. Well, I guess that's what the umbrellas are for, to keep the sun off of their heads, you know what I mean? Because their skin is just, The protesters demand that the products they are given comply with the anti-Semitic boycott, divestment, and sanctions. That's the BDS movement. The list was overwhelmingly mocked on social media by a wide range of public figures. Oh, you guys, just be nice to these young people. They haven't even ventured out into the real world. They don't know what it's like. Be nice to them. Yeah, their list is kind of funny and the reasons for it and everything, and they probably deserve to be mocked and laughed at and such, and their parents should actually be ashamed. But come on, you wide range of public figures. Why are you mocking these poor people? They don't have, in their makeshift fort, there's only 4 corners. That means only 4 people could go curl up in a fetal position and suck their thumbs in their a safe place at a given moment. Come on. Give them a break. The list was overwhelmingly mocked on social media by a wide range of public figures. Oh, that's shocking. I wouldn't know anybody that would laugh at this kind of nonsense. This is crazy. Anyways, let me finish this. Says UCLA working hard to overtake Columbia as the most embarrassing and lawsuit-prone university debacle in the country, said political commentator Guy Benson. Stop Anti-Semitism asked, did they all throw out their iPhones to meet BDS compliance? Now I'm going to have to look up that group. Anti-Semitic, no, what was it? Comply with, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions Movement, BDS. Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions Movement. I got to look that up and see what that's all about, because I have a feeling there's something even more funny tied into the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement. Yeah, I'm sure we're going to really have a good laugh at that one. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, this is, on one hand, it's extremely funny. On the other hand, it's extremely embarrassing, because these are our young people. Parents out there, and I'm going to try my best to be serious. You really honestly should be ashamed. If that's your kid, you should be ashamed. Grandparents, you should be ashamed. Aunts, uncles of these kids, you should be ashamed. You know, I'm waiting for some mama to go down there with a chancla in her hand, her flip-flop, tear a hole in that little backyard fort that these kids built, grab that boy by the hair, drag him out, whipping him with the chancla, and saying, don't you ever embarrass me again. Get your butt home before I really give you something to cry about. Just wait till your father gets home. Well, the sad thing is about it, I don't think very many of those mamas could say that about their little boys down there, because daddy hasn't been around for a long time, and this is proof that they are lacking in some strong male role models in their life. This is, on one hand, it's very sad, because this is what you get when we have a fatherless generation. But at the same time, it's extremely funny, because we need our non-steroidal inhalers, because we all have no gluten, no bananas, and certainly no nuts. I'm sleeping right next to a few of them. The images that are going through my mind, ladies and gentlemen, are hysterical, and they're cracking me up. But yeah, we need to fix this, ladies and gentlemen. We need to fix this. How do you fix this? It starts at home. Mom, Dad, come on, get your heads out of your butts and start raising your children right. Whip those little kids when they're growing up, when they're getting out of line. Give them a spank on the butt. That's why God gave them those two fat little fanny cheeks back there, because it gives a nice sting, but it doesn't do any permanent damage. They get out of line, a little swat on the butt and the behind, and they straighten up real quick. And if you didn't do it when they're growing up, hey, here's a great chance right now. Mama, get down there with your chancla and beat the snot out of that little boy of yours. He might be in an 18, 19, 20-year-old body, but he's acting like a 4-year-old that built his fort in the backyard. And, you know, he's the little kid that's walking around the block like 10 times with a little tiny suitcase or a lunchbox, mad and angry at you. He's trying to run away from home, but you won't let him cross the street. So, you know, it's like this. He really wants to get out there and make a difference, but he's not allowed to cross the street because his mommy said that when he was 4 years old. So what did he do? He built a fort. He built a fort. This time, he built it not in his backyard, but on the college campus. And he's got his stick and his mask, and he wants his inhaler, and he's going to wave his stick from that little hole, and he's going to yell profanities, and he's going to yell for the destruction of Israel, destruction of America, all from his little fort that he built like a little 4-year-old kid who's mad at his mommy. Oh, geez, please, grow up. Grow up. These kids need to grow up these days. Mom, Dad, listen, if your kids are still small, you have a chance to raise an awesome kid. Remember, in the first article I wrote, or I'm sorry, I didn't write it. I read it. The first article I read, there was a whole group of young people, fraternity of young men, that went and held up our flag and shielded our American flag from all these commie losers. You can raise those kind of children, but you have to be that first. Mom and Dad, you are creating what you actually are. And if you are a patriot, you love this country, you love your God, you love the Word of God, you go to church, you take your family to church, you stand for what you're supposed to stand for, and you stand against all this commie loser nonsense coming against us, especially on college campuses, you will raise kids like that first group. Or you get distant, you don't live your life with any real character or values. You're going to raise kids like this second group in this second article that I wrote. They're going to build a little fort. They're going to wave their sticks and demand hot lunches, no gluten, all vegan. They're going to wave their little sticks. Come on. Stop raising kids that embarrass you and embarrass the rest of us. This is ridiculous. And I hope the police go in there and tear this whole thing down, make some arrests, and put these kids behind bars so that they get a real world education of what life's about. You act foolish, you act stupid, or you're going to get treated this way. Anyways. Again, back to the first article and those young men. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And your moms and dads are proud of you. I'm proud of you. And the rest of us true Americans that love this country and love this flag. I'm staring at one right now. Right now in my office on one wall, I have the American flag pinned up in all of its glory. And on the next wall, it's near a corner, they come together, I have the blue line supporting the blue line flag, supporting our law enforcement hanging as well. Over here on my right, I have the Israeli flag, and these things have been up here for a long time. And then behind me, I have another blue line flag, and I got 4 smaller American flags and 2 more Israeli flags hanging up. I Stand with Israel, and it has the Israeli flag and the American flag together. I have a couple of things here that patriotic things that my daughter actually painted. They're beautiful, red, white, and blue, stars and stripes and such. And I have the Pledge of Allegiance on my wall, framed up on my wall. I can tell you that I love this country. I don't love our government. I love this country. I love what it stands for. I love our Constitution. And all of this nonsense that goes against who we really are as a people needs to be rooted out. And we need to be rid of this wickedness and this unrighteousness and this ungodliness. So all of you who love America, thank you, thank you, thank you. Those of you who don't, do something stupid. I'll do a podcast episode and you can listen to me laugh at you. God bless you all. Thank you for joining us at Table Flippers. Please email me at gwccrobert@gmail.com, gwccrobert@gmail.com. Now go out and have a table flipping day.
Oh, brother, how cheesy.
Should I have said have a chipalicious day?
Chipalicious? Now you're talking.
Say goodbye, Chippy.
Say goodbye.